Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 4 of my full platinum walkthrough for A Plague Tale Requiem. As always, we're picking up where we left off at the end of the last episode, which was chapter 3. We are moving straight into chapter 4, which is called Protector's Duty. I'm going to skip the cutscene, as always, at the beginning. We don't need to watch that. And off we go. So at the beginning here, first 3-4 minutes or so is basically just walking with not much else going on. We're kind of stealthing and trying to get through to where we need to go, but there's no enemies, so yeah, it's quite slow at the start here, but then it does pick up in the middle of this one. There's going to be one flower in this one, 2 souvenirs, and a secret chest that we need to worry about. There is the trophy at the end, as always, that's a chapter trophy, but we also have a chapter-specific trophy as well in this one. We need to not kill a specific enemy. It's kind of easy not to kill him. You're almost told not to kill him, but if you do, then you don't actually miss the trophy because you can just restart chapter. But if you do accidentally, because the first time I did this, I did accidentally kill him because I had a pot equipped, not the sling. But I'll tell you about that later on, just to make sure you don't do the same mistake as well. So yeah, it's just travelling on through, and we're going to be getting another thing to craft in this one. We're going to start using tar in this one, which has the opposite effect of extinguish. It makes fire brighter, which is pretty handy, to be honest. And it can also be used to set enemies on fire, which is also very handy. We'll still be working on the skills, as always, because we have encounters coming up. I'm going to still be concentrating mostly on opportunism to try and get that one done. Oh, not done. No, we don't want to get it done. We want to get to stage 3 at least, and then we'll concentrate on the other 2 more than that one. Mainly because of a certain thing we get at level 3, where every time we craft something, the skill we actually get, the upgrade we get, every time we craft, we get pieces. So that can help with that. Not that we're going to run out. It's just that we don't need to worry about pieces, about missing certain ones or whatever. So the upgrades are pretty much done by the time we finish playthrough 1, and then it's just a case of running through quickly and getting the encounters done to get the skills up that we'll never use. And then that's it. We're not going to do the whole of New Game Plus. We don't need to. So here's where we are with the skills so far. We've got no prudence, a little bit of aggressive, and opportunism is nearly up to level 2. It will be up to level 2, hopefully. It will be for me, hopefully for you, later on in this video. But yeah, that was just a little stealth section, but it was a scripted bit. So the reason I brought that up there is to show you that you don't always get it in the heavily scripted sequences like that, where you're just supposed to creep past some enemies. There were enemies there, but they were more background. You go through this gate, you're going to get a little cutscene, which I'm obviously going to skip, and then we're moving into it now. We're actually going to start doing some stuff because we've reached the docks. The first thing we're going to do is get 5 pieces that are just lying at the end of this this jetty here. And then we're going to turn around and get the first flower, no, the only flower, should I say, of this one, which is this blue one here. A Gentian. I think it's a Gentian. I'm not exactly up on my flowers.
A Gentian, I think. I'm sure he'll love it.
I'd like to offer him so much more.
He loves
And that's number 3 of 5 for the flowers, but number 3 of 12 of the whole collection. But there's 2 separate trophies. But you already know that. The last flower's actually a lot later on, unfortunately. We're not going to get flowers and then feathers. It's quite near the end, the last flower. Little chest here if you need some stuff. There's a lot. We're in easy here. We're on the narrative difficulty, so there's going to be all sorts. Some of the knives hopefully you are playing narrative. If not, it's not too much of a problem, but some of the knives are not there. So if you get to a point where I pick up a knife and it's not there for you, it could be a difficulty thing. So yeah, just be aware of that. We do have a secret chest coming up, and we will be getting a knife for that. So I'm going to squeeze through here. And then when we get to the top of this ladder, carry on a little bit, but do not go through the hatch. On the other end, I think there's another chest here first, just a little one.
Look at that wall.
Yes, they built it in a hurry.
Yeah, make sure you're all crafted up to make sure you can pick everything up. Because we've still got that 100, you're going to get that trophy no matter what. The crafting 100 items, that's easily done. I'm probably not far off it at this point. So yeah, don't go down there yet, because that'll lock you out of this souvenir, which is up here. So we're going to do this first. And we're just going to twist this cart around. And this is going to be the first souvenir of this video, but it's going to be number 5 in total. A little bit of silk there.
Cargo here. I think it's silk. Lucas, look. Real silk.
It probably came from China. I've never seen so much. There's a fortune here.
They do talk about this one quite a lot. Probably should have cropped this down a bit.
It's the same in China.
Do we think it's the same in China? Probably not,
Maybe
because it's localized.
not yet.
We have to stop this.
There we go. Souvenir, silk treasure, number 5. One more to get in this video. 16 to get in total. 16 more. See, that's a proper souvenir. A nice bit of silk treasure, not the last moments of a dying woman in a barn. Or maybe that is a souvenir. I don't know. It's a bit of a morbid place, isn't it? Okay, we're going to do this one sneaky sneaky. There's 2 guys here. We're not going to bother with them. They both got helmets on, so we can't quickly kill them. Do make sure to get this knife, because we're going to need that in the very next area. And don't use your sling here. Use your hand. You're just going to throw this stone to get his attention. You could probably do without, to be honest. It just keeps him away long enough.
Should have gone to see my mother when I could. Pray. It's all we have left. That's not
I'll
much.
throw it over here. I'm just waiting until he comes into frame there, because it shows you there. If he sort of grays out like that, that means he's going to hear that. It's a good, again, it's a good thing that they put in, so you can tell which enemy is going to hear what. You can go and get that if you want, but you're probably not going to need it. We're just going to go quickly around this corner while he's still distracted and jump up here and move on. So this is going to give us our first little bit of prudence. This is not a place where you'd want to take the enemies on, because you'd probably have to use a knife, and we need that now, so don't waste it. Like I said, there's certain sections where you have to kill everyone. There's certain sections where you have to avoid everyone. This is one of those avoid everyone bits. You don't have to, but you kind of have to, because you need the knife. So yeah, a little bit of prudence, because there's only 2 enemies. It's a little small section, but it all adds up.
Let's follow that cart and keep our eyes open.
Now we are. The rats are back.
I know what happened to this.
You don't need to be quiet here, because the rats are going to be here in a moment. A little jar here to recycle.
They're coming!
If they don't calm down.
Don't go any further unless
Yeah, don't worry about the enemies seeing you, just run towards them, because you are the least of their problems right now. And this is where we get introduced to Tar, which is actually quite a good addition in this game. It does come in really handy. So you can kind of make it out on the floor if you get your sling out with some fire, and you'll see that it turns yellow. Your reticle turns yellow. Do not walk into Tar when it's lit. Obviously, it's fire. It's going to hurt. There is a chest here, so pick this up. Just a regular pieces chest, as I've called them. And now we're going to go and like this and go and get our secret chest. You can cash in this jar here. We're not going to need that.
This is all wrong.
So instead of going straight on, we're going to turn around to the left
Rats invaded.
and head over to this ladder.
the Order will have special buildings in Marseille. Equipment and
We are actually going to upgrade our pouch this time.
Think this will end.
I know I said we're going to work on the bottom one,
Staying here is dying.
but it is quite expensive, so I do think just getting this one so we have the extra materials is good for now. Now what you see, I'm just kind of stood here like an idiot. It's for a reason. I'm thinking, because when I research these, I play the video back and watch it before I do the playthrough, and I noticed there's actually 5 pieces there, but they don't spawn until you've been up here, which is weird. So come up here, use your knife. So this is why we needed this knife. And open up the secret chest number 2. You can check your trophy, make sure that's counted. So pick everything up. Like I said, it's going to be different with these secret chests. Each one we do is going to have slightly different.
Alright.
So I will actually go for an upgrade here on the gear. Or is it alchemy? I forget which one of the two. But yeah, it's quite expensive. It's 3 tools and 90 odd pieces. So before we get there, we're just going to get the... Yeah, it's the alchemy one we're going for. So we can carry extra ammo.
Much better.
But yeah, we will work towards the other one as well, because it's a good one to have. So yeah, once you've used that and you climb down now. Yeah, you can see they're there now, which is weird. So there's 5 pieces there. Not sure why they spawn separately like that. It doesn't make any sense. Now we're actually going to go the right way. A thing that happened again in my first playthrough, a little bit of a glitch, if you want to call it that. I don't like that term really. It's just people use it as an umbrella term for whenever something's gone wrong in a game, whether it's their fault or not. Anyway, it probably was my fault, but if you push this, it can get kind of stuck. It got skewed on an angle and got kind of stuck, so only I could get past. Lucas couldn't get past. And if that does happen to you, just move forward here so you get the checkpoint, and then restart checkpoint, and then you can get him past, and you can be able to carry on. So just in case that happens to you.
More of them.
So chest there, obviously pieces chest. Now I'm going to have to use some fish and extinguish here to put this fire out. And that's going to lead us to another chest.
The rats destroyed the rest of the pontoon.
Let's hope we'll be able to pass.
And now we're going to actually learn about tar properly and be able to craft it from now on.
What a mess.
Whoa, that smell.
So tar is pretty powerful because it can kill enemies.
But they were here.
You can use it as a kind of a grenade. They do need to have fire or be near fire. You can't just throw it at a regular one. Now I've just turned around there. You can see the screen is shaking. Rats are going to come in front of us. I'm just turning around in preparation for what we need to do next, which is throw a stone at this lock to open the door. So there's going to be rats, but obviously we can't carry on.
Shouldn't take us long.
So we're going to go back. It's a little bit of a puzzle. Again, they're not really puzzles because they tell you exactly what to do.
Good. Shall I handle the reservoir part?
But there's going to be a chest in this corner.
Yes, go up that ladder.
And Lucas is going to climb up the ladder.
On my way.
I'm going to pull this barrel towards him so he can get on. And then we're going to climb up the ladder to where he is right now, because there is actually some pieces up there.
Good. Hold it until I tell you.
All right,
Come on, get on. I've got all day.
Ready?
I'm letting go. Hang on.
Whoa.
Let me take a look.
Come back to the basins.
Coming.
Just tucked away in the corner here. You could actually, might be able to drop down, or if you could drop down into the main room again.
Are we ready?
No, probably not. It just saves walking through this tar.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so he's going to mix this up,
Do you know
and we're going to light it.
No. I'm improvising.
This one will stay lit, so don't worry about being slow. That's going to stay lit now.
Well, that's one step.
What now? I'm stuck.
Wait. I think
But we can't go any further, so we're going to get thrown some more ingredients, so we can now make tar.
Those beasts are really close.
here. Say when you're
Eventually. And he's going to throw it at a weird angle. Yeah, so we can make tar now, so another thing we have to craft and change whenever we want to use something. So we're going to use a pot here, I'm going to throw it on the floor, and then we're going to light it. So this is one way, don't light it with a jar, light it with the stone. So this is one way you can use tar. Whenever you do that, it does stay lit for a little while, it's not very long, so that one will not be permanent, that will go out. And it can also damage you, you take damage from it if you walk there. It's just gone out. Has it gone out?
works miracles.
No, it's still going.
Thank you.
There, it's just going out now. So it is quite a while, but it will go out eventually. But it does damage you if you walk through it, so be aware of that. Another thing we can use tar for is to make fires brighter. So torches or enemy torches as well. And that also distracts them. So yeah, it's quite good. So when we do throw a pot of tar at somebody with fire, they will burn up and die, but they won't die if you use just your sling. So we went up there and got the tool chest as well. Obviously you knew that before going through this door because you were watching.
Our boat should be straight ahead, right?
Don't be too sure about that.
Listen, Amicia. About Hugo. I was stuck
And then
between
we've got
most of
another little puzzle section coming up soon.
I have no excuse.
Just going to go across this collapsed bridge here and grab some pieces to the side here.
Prepared. I can't lose him. I can't.
We'll do what's right.
We will.
And then we're going to go and get memory or souvenir number 6, which is not to the right, quite obviously. Don't know what I was doing there. This one's quite a long one as well, if I remember rightly. Probably should have chopped this one down. So just walk to the dock's edge and look up,
Dying.
and this is going to be a grain of sand, this one.
So silent.
We never should have come.
You keep thinking you have control over this. But we're merely grains of sand in the macula's path.
I'm not
Yeah,
afraid
this
of
one's even
sand.
longer than the last one.
I'm just saying. You need to stop
Definitely
feeling
should have cut
guilty.
this one down.
Come, there's a boat waiting for us. Let's get Hugo out of here.
Very well.
There you go, grain of sand. Number 6. Right, let us continue. If you did, for whatever reason, not follow where I went and went through here instead, then you can use reset checkpoint and you'll be back outside here. Okay, so we've got another little section coming up here, puzzle-ish. It does explain everything.
We're quite close.
So pieces chest, and then start using the
Invested down there.
Hey, look.
crank here.
All right, let's see what you do.
Just start using it. You don't need to do it all the way. You can see that it moves that thing over there,
I need that thing here.
and then cancel it after a couple of turns. And a little soldier, just a soldier's going to come through the little building over there. I'm just going to bring this down to shut him up. If you do that, it'll carry on the rather than having to listen to him. So bring that drawbridge down and things will carry on.
He's scared.
And he's going to lift this boat up.
Thank
So
you.
he's going to help us from that side.
Our escape.
Or he just hasn't figured it out yet.
And then we're going to control Lucas from this side. And we're going to get on. And this is the soldier we are not going to kill for the trophy.
Yes.
But that doesn't happen until we've finished all this. So don't worry about that yet.
Ways.
So all we're doing is mixing up the tar and lighting it and moving along. That's essentially what we're doing. So get Lucas to interact with that using L1 triangle. sure we're all stocked up.
So where are you going anyway?
We're fleeing this place.
You two do know we're in the middle of a lockdown.
Yes, and people are dying anyway, so we're taking our chance.
I see.
Another chest here, but I'd be very surprised if you missed that one.
You went too far. Go back a bit.
You can let go.
Yeah, you can get him to stop, so it's going to back into the boat that's just been dropped back down again, and then you crank it into here.
There.
Time to light this one too.
Leave it to me. There you go. There's
And there we
still
go.
blocking the way.
This one's
And now we're going to crank up this one, and then once that's all the way up, we're going to tell Lucas to do his end as well.
Lucas, that's a job for you.
Straight away.
And we just need to hold it. You can try to cancel, but it won't actually let you.
You're surprisingly efficient for civilians.
We've had to rely on ourselves a lot.
No. Cancel. Stop. There we go. So get him to stop.
Stop now.
And that is the third one.
And done.
Now we just need to get Lucas through safely, which is easily done by throwing some tar. So the soldier's going to lift this one up. Lucas is going to be ready. And we're actually going to just throw some tar or use the sling into this fire, and it's going to make it brighter now. So it's extremely handy that we're able to do that now, because it can get you out of a lot of situations.
Thank you.
Just makes the game easier, even if it's. I know we're playing on easy, so it's obviously it's easy, but it's almost too powerful to be able to do that.
That's confidential.
Right.
I'm going to let him through, and there we are. So we're just going to get this chest down here. There's another
Can you use your thing again?
little loop we need to break, a drawbridge, so that the soldier can come down and meet us, and this is where the trophy takes place now. So he's going to become hostile once he realizes who you are. Make sure you don't have your jar equipped. If you throw a jar at him with tar in, you are going to kill him. And you need to, obviously, the trophy's called Mercy. Mercy, you need to keep him alive. Not Mercy, Mercy, just Mercy. I think that was a song, wasn't it? Anyway,
Actually,
he's going to realise who you are.
Impossible. You're going back.
And you're going to throw it, and then you're going to run. You can hit either his torch or him, it doesn't matter which.
It's the law.
let us pass. You're
Both have the same effect.
Threatening a soldier of the army of Provence?
I am. This is too important.
Wait. In the outskirts. Our men got attacked
So as soon as he becomes hostile, go for it.
You escaped.
Amicia,
There.
you could blind him with the tower.
So hit him with some tar, and just run on past, and then up to the left.
We don't have time for this. Run to the stairs.
And the trophy should, as soon as you interact with the door, should pop there. If it did not, try restart checkpoint quickly. It should. I mean, he might die by accident. I don't know if that's even possible, but the rats might come back. I don't know. But as long as you didn't throw a jar full of tar at him, you should be fine. Now you can see we've that was a little bit more prudence we got for that one. I think, if I remember rightly, of my New Game Plus.
It's a public health matter.
So just a little cutscene there. There was a tool bench there. We're not going to use it because we're not doing anything. And now we are in a big sort of action set piece now. Kind of. We're going to take it slowly. You could go and rush through all this if you wanted to. But he's shooting from the boat. He's got a crossbow, which is going to be the crossbow we pick up, actually. So that's, again, another little demo here. Is that we break a jar and the enemy has a fire source, he's going to die. So keep that in mind now. And we're going to try and get Prudence here again. So those first two are going to die, but that doesn't count for us killing them, I don't think. There's a section later on when we have a guy with us who we can send to go and kill people. And I did that whole section by him killing everybody, and it counted as Prudence. So I don't know. It's really confused. It confuses itself. So once that guy walks in here, he will more than likely die to the crossbow. We killed the other one there with a rock to the head because he didn't have a helmet on. There is a fish here, which you can use if the rats... So we're moving towards that bonfire. I'm just going to light this from here, so we have a source to run to. Don't run through the rats because they'll get you. Yeah, we're going to run around that way. So if you didn't kill the soldier in the rat, if the soldier died in the light source, the rats won't eat him. You just need to knock this fish down. But either way, run around here. Run when you get here, because it could potentially, the rats could try and come for you. And then duck. There is another guy off to the left of me. He's going to start seeing me there. But just pick that knife up so we have it. We're not going to use it. It's for secret chests later on. And then we're going to duck into the second part. And we're going to stick to the left hand side because that's where the good stuff is. So you will see just as I jump this fence here, there's a little bit of a cut there. I had to restart checkpoint because I did mess up a bit. I just wanted to get a cleaner run. So I'm going to sling this guy, not with fire, just a stone to the head. He's an archer. He'll see you. But it will wake all the others up. Don't worry if that's the case. Just going to take it slow until everyone calms down again. And we'll go around the back of this cart. Getting them to see you like that is not a bad thing, actually, because you can use this cart to put it in between you and them. To get them to walk where you just were, basically. The other one's going to potentially see you as well. Bit of a pain. Now, you can kill these. I'm going to go for this one here. There's a pot there. Make sure he's kind of next to it. And that's a pot of tar. So that's going to distract everybody else now. So getting them to see you is not necessarily a bad thing. But you can see some of them don't have fire sources. And you'll also see that the tall grass opposite me is now on fire. That is something that will happen. If you light tall grass on fire, it will burn away. And you won't be able to use it as grass anymore. So we're just going to wait for them to calm down just to make this easier. We're going for prudence, so I don't want to kill everybody. I could throw a jar of tar at him and he would die. This one would be more of a pain though, because he's just got an axe. So just going to wait for him to turn around. Obviously your enemies will be on a different pathing potentially. Just wait. What we're trying to do is get to a tool chest here. We're going to be mixing up a pot of jar and then lighting it on fire. But do not, as I do in a moment, run into it. Try and get it in the middle of the rats, but not too close to the chest. So, yeah, you want it close enough because you want the fire to do its thing. So throw it in. And then don't use a pot, though. Just regular throw. So, whoa, don't run into it. I completely forgot about the tar. Go round it. But I didn't use my sling there. I threw the fire into it to so we didn't get the noise happening, the crack of the sling. There you saw as well, if there's just a handful of rats, you can actually walk through them and they won't kill you. It does take a certain amount of rats to kill you. It's not many, it's probably about 10 or so. But if there's any less than that, then you're actually quite safe to walk through them. It just slows you down. If you do get spotted at this point, it's not the worst thing. You can kill a couple more, and you should still be fine with prudence. I'm going to kill this guy here because he's in the way, and he doesn't have a helmet on. That's kind of what I'm judging it on. That's how I gauge it, is just try and kill the ones without helmets on, and that's roughly 50%. I don't know. Still, who knows how this system works. But anyway, we needed him out of the way so we can get to this chest, which is a pieces chest. There may well be some pieces on the right hand side, but we're going to just take this cleaner path and go this way. So some pieces there as well. We're doing the line of least resistance. We don't want to kill everybody. So I'm just going to hide in here until he disappears. Now, if you don't want to wait around for him to disappear, you can just chuck some extinguish into his face, and it will stun him. So you can just run past. But I'm going to wait it out. I do have it ready just in case. It's a good one to have if you don't want to kill any more of the soldiers and you want to safely get to the end and try and keep opportunism the one that you're going for. Then just use extinguish into the throw at them, and it'll stun them. And we're going to go round over this drawbridge. So there are buildings over there. There's more than likely some pieces and things, but we're just taking this cleaner path. And that is going to get us our next level. There we go. Nothing lost. A new skill. So opportunism is coming along nicely now, you can see. It's just that third one I want to get to, this one, because you'll start getting pieces back. And at that point we'll concentrate on the other two. And just let that one come gradually. Right, so cutscene, and then there's going to be a whole thing. You're going to be back, and then we're going to be running for it, basically running home. So it's just hold R2, and it's fairly easy. Even if you do die, you just restart checkpoint. Little running sequence, a bit like Uncharted. Obviously they didn't have rats. Down to the right here. There's just one instance where I've died in this one, and there's a couple of these running sequences where I have died because it's quite tight, the time you have. I'll show you where that is in a moment. So yeah, the only thing we have left now is the trophy, Protector's Duty, which is the chapter trophy for finishing the chapter. Come on, get up. There's no way she'd survive that. They were right on her ankles. So yeah, keep your corners tight, because they can get you. Here especially, places like this. If you're too wide, they will get you. There is a specific place I'm going to show you. There's a woman here to the left there, and she says, don't stay there, lady. And then we come around the corner 2 seconds later and she's gone. She's quick. Through here, and it's when we get to the rooftops, which is now. So onto the second set of rooftops. There's going to be, don't stay too far to the left on this one. You're going to see them when you get to the third roof here. Try and keep to the right, more to the right hand side than the left, because the rats, they will get you there. They're really close, so if you're too far to the left, they will grab you and kill you. Anyway, once you run through the door, that's going to be another cutscene, and then we're going to be carrying Hugo along with the mother. We're going to go to the boat, and it's just a walking section to let you reflect on how much damage and chaos has been caused. It's basically a walking cutscene, so I'm not going to stick around for it because it's fairly long, but I'm going to leave it on. But yeah, it's a good minute or two, so yeah, I'm going to leave it here and let it play out, so you'll get the trophy at the end, and that's it. Right, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Nothing. Go back to sleep. These people. It's too late. Keep going.
Who is that?
Try to sleep, Hugo. Do that for me.
Please.
Don't look. Keep your eyes closed.
Amicia, what happened?
It's... the rats. They attacked.
No. No.
We're leaving, Hugo.
I'm sorry.
It's like my nightmare. It's because of me.
Calm down, please.
No. It's my fault.
No. Dreams are dreams, all right? I'll give you something on the boat. It will calm you down.
No. I wanted to stop for real.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to stop Amicia.
It will. In Marseille, they'll help you.
It's not true. You keep saying that. But you're lying.
Hugo, please,
Calm down. You have the right to be sad and angry. But I won't let you down. You know it.
We'll find a way. We will.
Are you all right? I thought you were...
We're all unharmed, Lucas.
Come aboard, quick!